There are shows with psychics,
And there are shows with doctors.
but there's no show like The Psychic and the Doc.
Your practical paranormal power unleashed.
This show synthesizes the talents of world-class medium Mark Anthony, the psychic lawyer, psychic explorer,
And street smart spiritualist, behavioral psychologist, Dr. Pat Baccili. All subjects are on the table and no topic is taboo. Inspiration, insight.
action, and fun as Mark Anthony connects callers with loved ones in spirit.
In tandem with Dr. Pat's fresh, no-nonsense, street smart, intuitive insights. And she is hilarious.
Extraordinary problems
Require extraordinary solutions, which may come from this side
or the other side. This is The Psychic.
and the doc. And it starts now. Welcome, everyone, to the Transformation Network. This is the Psychic and the Doc, except tonight it's the Psychic and the Rock. Hey, Rocky, how you doing?
I'm doing well, and I'm so happy to be here. And of course, Dr. Pat will be back next week. We miss her this evening, and I hope all the people call in tonight. Thank you.
Right. Yeah, this is a call-in show, 1-800-930-2819. And the theme of tonight's show is Fly Me to the Moon, because we're honoring the Apollo 11 moon landing on July 20th of 1969. And for all those people out there who deny that it happened and called it a hoax, you're idiots. You're complete morons, because I have lived near Kennedy Space Center my whole life. Most of my friends are rocket scientists. My father worked on the Apollo program. I've met and talked to Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, John Glenn, Commander Mike Foreman, who flew the space shuttle, and some of my nearest and dearest friends are in the space program, and it's not a hoax, So people who think that, it's just that you're not educated, okay? Educate yourself. So, moving that aside, this has also been a week of tremendous loss. We lost the actor from The Cosby Show who played Bill Cosby's son. For me, Ozzy Osbourne. That just really hit home, because Ozzy, he called himself the self-styled Prince of Darkness. But the thing is, Rocky, you were saying about Ozzy was very spiritual, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. He was very much into the paranormal and the afterlife, as well as he was a really great family man. And he loved his wife and his children, and he had a great reality show. And of course, he was a showman. So what he did on stage was being a showman, and what he really was a great dad. Unfortunately, he was plagued with illness. And
he was. And, think about how Ozzy went out. 2 weeks before he passed, he did a reunion concert with the iconic, legendary heavy metal band Black Sabbath. And how are people going to remember Ozzy? Sitting in that big throne-like black leather chair, being Ozzy, belting out those songs. We're not going to think of him as a sick man dying of disease. We're going to think about him as the iconic rocker he was. So kudos to Ozzy Osbourne.
He blessings, Ozzy.
Yeah, and then today Hulk Hogan passed. He in
Clearwater,
Florida, and hey, Hulk Hogan, talk about another icon, probably the most famous wrestler in the world. So this has been a really, really tough week. Okay, the Cosby Show actor was Malcolm Jamal Warner. Sorry, I just couldn't think of his name. I just kept thinking of him as Theo, because that was the character that he played on the Cosby Show. And we all know about Bill Cosby, but be that as it may, the Cosby Show was groundbreaking. It was changing. It was it changed a lot of people's perceptions of folks in the African American community, and for the African American community. it was inspirational. Like, hey, there's a doctor and a lawyer that are married. Their kids are aspiring to be things. So despite the antics and ridiculous behavior of Bill Cosby, the show and the actors who played those parts were inspirations to all of us. So this week has been the triple whammy. We lost Malcolm Jamal Warner, the heavy metal icon Ozzy Osbourne, and probably the world's most famous wrestler Hulk Hogan. And so to all their families, hey, we're sorry for your losses. Also, I want to continue to send out our condolences for the victims of the floods in Texas. That's an ongoing saga. And what we have to remember, and Rocky, you've been on TV a lot, and you've done a lot of the TV shows and appearances with me. A show will be a flash in the pan. A news story will be a flash in the pan. Oh, all these people were in a hurricane. All these people were in a flood. All right, this person died. Well, when the soundbite is over, when the segment is over, is at the end of what the families, the survivors are going through. What's your take on that?
Not at all. In fact, we need to keep them in our thoughts, prayers, meditations, and if you can afford to help with reconstruction and for clothes, items to donate for the victims who are very much displaced and are living with much grief on their heavy and their hearts are heavy. They also need help, not financially, to become more grounded so they can get through this time of grief. And there are so many, and it's not only Texas that are dealing with things. We have tornadoes that are
Oh
happening,
yeah.
and we're having disasters all over. And it comes back down to our environment is changing, and we have to do things that are environmentally safe and be very aware of what we choose to do when we are purchasing things, buying property, and going on vacation. The tragedy in Texas is just overwhelming. We were just there 2 weeks ago, and
Yes.
it was just heartbreaking.
It really is. I mean, no matter where you are, when you hear about what happened, it touches your heartstrings. And there's calamity, there's disaster, and there's horror worldwide. And that's why we have to have compassion. We have to show our humanity for people. We have to do what we can by supporting the organizations which provide relief for these people. And in the aftermath, we have to be good listeners because when people are mourning the loss or the losses of loved ones, it's a time where you feel isolated, alone, like nobody can understand. One of the organizations that Rocky and I work with quite a bit is Helping Parents Heal. And Helping Parents Heal is a beautiful organization which does just that. It helps parents heal. Their website is helpingparentsheal.org. It's a nonprofit organization which is global, and they provide counsel, assistance, and a sense of community for people who've lost their children. And it's such an honor to work with them. So I'm doing a shout out for Helping Parents Heal, and for all these families in Texas and everywhere who have lost children or a sibling who's lost a sibling. See, Helping Parents Heal is also branching off, and they're having groups for siblings. I work a lot with the Helping Dads Heal, the Helping Fathers Heal, because as a male medium, they'll talk to me and share feelings that it's hard for guys to share their feelings, and so
Yeah.
that's a really important organization.
Men, yes, men become very uncomfortable talking about their feelings because you guys have been socialized differently than
Yeah,
women. I mean, we can walk into a bathroom. Dr. Pat has said this numerous times. We can walk into a bathroom and meet strange women and strike up a conversation. Whereas men go in, do their business, and they leave, and they don't even know the guy that was right there next to them
Yeah,
because,
when we're standing there at the urinal, we don't look at the guys next to us and say, "Great shoes." Okay.
yeah, no, I don't, I can
No,
understand.
no, we don't do that. We don't do
Kind of
that.
weird. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
that's real weird.
Um,
Speaking of organizations, in 2 weeks, it's going to be the August 8th, 9th, and 10th in Punta Gorda, Florida, is the Wisdom of Light Conference. And the Wisdom of Light Conference is an amazing event. And there's going to be a number of speakers from around the world that are A-listers in the spiritual and metaphysical realms. I'm honored to be one of the keynote speakers. I'll also be conducting a spirit communication event. And if people want to find out about that, I'm going to invite you to go to my website, which is afterlifefrequency.com. You can go to the calendar of events, just, scroll through the calendar of events. You'll find out, and you'll see the Wisdom of Light conference. You can buy tickets for that. Also, early bird tickets for the International Association for Near Death Studies 50th anniversary conference. The early bird specials have been extended to July 28th. So we only got about another 5 days. You can save a lot of money on that. And I will be one of the keynote speakers there. It's a tremendous honor. Dr. Raymond Moody, who coined the phrase near death experience, he's going to be there. 50 years ago, he came up with the term near death experience. Also, Dr. Bruce Grayson, who is one of the founders of IANS, the International Association for Near Death Studies, is one of my colleagues, and I'm honored to call him a friend. He's also one of the speakers, as is Carolyn Miss. And this is going to be a fantastic event. You can attend in person in Chicago or online. Once again, go to my website, the calendar events, and I'm going to invite everyone to sign up for my newsletter as well to keep you up to date. You see, Rocky's my business manager. And she's got me really busy this year. She has got me booked all over the country. We got
yes,
several more events, but these are the
yes.
next two that are coming up.
And then in San Diego, where we will be at the San Diego Ascension,
Transcendence Retreat. San
Excuse me,
Diego Transcendence
Transcendence
Retreat.
Retreat. And then we will be at Edgar Casey. And
The
there's
Omega
and the
Institute. We're
Omega
going to be, yeah.
Institute for those in New York State and in the New England states. You can go and attend that. And we've got a few more things in the hopper that I'm not at liberty to discuss, but we are doing a lot of things. And Mark also does light circles um, bi-monthly, sometimes monthly. And so, anyway, I invite everyone to go to Mark's website and find out about that.
Right. That's afterlifefrequency.com. So we're going to take a short break. Welcome back to the Psychic and the Doc here on the Transformation Network. This is a call-in show, 1-800-930-2819. And Nat, I understand we're ready to go to the phone lines. Who do we have up next?
Tammy, welcome. You're on with Mark and Rocky. Welcome to the show, Tammy.
Hey,
Hi,
Tammy,
yes,
this is
can you
Mark
guys hear me
Anthony.
now?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. How can I help you?
I am really wanting to connect with my pet that I'm grieving and that I lost, and I'm having a lot of difficulty with closure. And I just wanted to see if that was, possible to connect with her and know
Is this
like what happened.
okay? Is this a cat?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm getting the spirit of a cat coming through. And were you there when she died? There's a reason I'm asking that
I don't
because
I don't know if she's like I don't know if she's dead or not for sure. Um
well, you got to realize
that's
I communicate
yeah.
with spirits. I don't locate lost pets. Okay, and I'm not trying to
Right,
be
right.
in any
No.
way
Yeah.
disrespectful. But
Yeah.
what I'm getting, did you have another cat that you were there when the cat died, and the cat was having a lot of lung difficulty? Because I have the spirit of a cat coming through associated with you that has tremendous lung or had a lot of lung issues and problems when she died.
Mm, no, not I didn't have one that had lung issues. I
Okay.
mean, I had a cat. Well, I had a cat in the house that didn't that has well, I she always has chronic like respiratory issues like on and off,
Then
Well,
that's
that's
a
a
yes.
but I don't
that's
remember
a yes.
at
That's a yes, Tammy.
okay.
Okay. All right. And is that cat in spirit?
No.
That okay. Um, hold on. So what's happening is I'm picking up on there's a spirit talking about your cat with the lung issues that's with you. Now, the cat that's missing, was it gray? Did it have some gray on it? Gray and white in any way?
Yes.
Okay. And it has been about 2 weeks, over 2 weeks since this kitty disappeared.
It's been since April 8th.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Tammy. What I'm picking up on is that this cat is in spirit, and that's why this cat was transmitting to me about the cat that you have with the lung issues. Okay, and I just get that this animal's passing was very sudden, very sudden and painless. And do you live? All right, what I'm seeing is it's like a two-lane road, and it's in kind of a wooded area. Do you live anywhere near something like that?
There is yeah, there's a wooded area
Yeah.
that's like
Um,
close by.
yeah, I think that's where this happened, and you know I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry, but I'm getting that. Um, Also, what was there something unusual about this cat's ears, like one ear in particular, like maybe a frayed ear or something strange about one of the cat's ears?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So I'm very sorry. But what I'm picking up is the cat is in spirit, but that she did not suffer. She did not
That's what
suffer.
I wanted to know.
I'm so sorry. Rocky, you've had a number of
I'm,
cats.
I'm a
Tell
cat person,
and
and
if you would, Rocky, I want you to tell her
I I met
about
you guys 2 weeks ago in Houston, and
yes,
you told me, and it wasn't you were signing my book, and it wasn't the time to ask questions, but I just, I wanted to know if she suffered because she was indoors only, and I let her. I let them out on my top balcony of my house, and they would go in and out on that top balcony when I was there, and she fell off. She didn't jump off, but I fell asleep, and she was literally I saw her the next day on my Ring camera for 3 hours. She was on my front porch. And I had 3 hours that I could have saved her. And I was sleeping on the couch on the other
Ro-
side of that front porch.
oh,
And I just
hold on.
don't know how to forgive myself.
Well, first off, you've got to stop beating yourself up about that. And Rocky's going to talk to you in a moment because with the loss of anyone, whether it's our four-legged friends or a human, guilt is a constant companion. and people feel that there's something, oh, we could have done, like you're saying, I had 3 hours. I mean, think about parents who lose a child, and like, if I'd only been watching her, she would not have drowned. Okay. So what you're experiencing is very, very normal. And we all wish that we were superheroes who could go back in time and swoop in at the last moment to save our loved ones. But what happens, Tammy, is in the thousands of readings that I've done, all spirits, and this includes animals, tell me that there's a day we're coming into this world and a day that we're going out of it. And the only choice that we have is what we do with the time in between. So, you're feeling, if I had not been sleeping, but see, we're being a human. We sleep, okay? And you are in no way responsible. And the spirit that's coming through loves you very much and does not feel that you are in any way to blame. In any way to blame. Okay?
Didn't
So
tell
so
her I love her, and I'm so sorry.
well,
She
she
hears you
can hear
now.
you. She get Rocky. Go ahead and talk because Rocky's had a lot of cats, and I want you to tell the story about your white cat that went into the light. And I think this will
Yes.
be because, and there's a reason I want Rocky to tell you the story. And after she tells you that, then I'll tell you why I wanted her to tell you that story. Go ahead, Rocky.
I had a cat that was a rescue cat, and it had a lot of problems, and it was a white Angora. And this cat stayed with me. I was already 11 years old. So this cat had a long life. And I was able to have this cat in my life, oh, close to 4.5, 5 years. But came the time that this cat was winding down and died. And I felt so terrible. And I understand the pain of losing your precious fur babies. And every night in my dreams, and I call this cat Fur Baby, Furby, because its original owner had another name, Baby, and it was kind of odd for me to call it Baby. So I called it Fur Baby, and it became Furby. And Furby,
Yeah, because he was real furry, So yeah. I mean, I remember,
Yeah.
yeah. Even
Furby
though
was
technically
cool.
his name was Fur
Big
Baby, you
blue
called him
eyes, white
Furby.
hair, and he was just a real cool cat. But every night, once he passed, he came into my dreams because I felt when I heard you break down and cry, I understand that feeling. And so in my dreams, it was comforting. I would feel him next to my leg or come around me in my dreams. And this went on for an entire month. And we would walk together. And I had other things going on in my dreams, but he was part of my dreams. Well, lo and behold, one of these dreams, the very last dream, was he led me into what I thought was like a building. And then I realized it was like a church. And we were walking down the center aisle of this church. And he turned around in front of me. And you know how cats blink to say that they love you or
Yeah.
they care about you?
Yeah.
Well, that's what he did. And I in telepathy, it was like, you stay here. I love you. I have to leave now. And so I stood there and I watched him walk to this altar of this church. And then the altar disappeared, and it was like this white light opened. And as he stepped through the light once more, he turned around, he blinked at me, and then walked into the light. And I haven't had a dream of that cat since. And when I awoke, I went, wow. He stayed with me through the pain of being difficult to let him go. But when he knew I was ready, he went into the light.
And that's why I wanted Rocky to tell you that story. Have you ever had, Tammy, have you had a cat with a name similar to like, I want to say Sheba, like the Queen of Sheba, but I'm hearing something like Sheba, and it could be some variation on that. Does that make any sense to you?
I'm trying to think.
What was this kitty's name? We'll put Sheba off to the side for right
Her
now.
her name was Patches.
Patches? Okay, that's a cool name,
Yeah.
Patches. Okay.
She was a
Um,
rescue kitten. I've done rescue for 15 years. I'm a nurse, and
oh,
I've done cat rescue for 15 years,
oh,
That's what I
she
do
was a
too.
foster fel, and I just feel like I just don't know, like I don't know why I got comfortable with letting them go out on the patio upstairs, and it's like if I mean like that was
because
irresponsible to think that they
no,
would never fall off.
Tammy, they're cats. Okay, they like to climb. They like to be out on patios. They like to do these things. You know, you have to realize, even though they're domesticated, they're still predators. They're still animals, and they want to do animal things. You know, I mean, cats are like little miniature tigers that we invite into our homes. And if we were small enough, we'd see why they were our tigers. But the thing is, you can't blame yourself for an animal doing what an animal does and wants to do.
But if I didn't leave her unattended, like I should have
Oh,
Right,
known,
stop.
you know what I mean?
there
Like,
You
you
have to
go.
stop.
There you go. Stop.
You
You
have
have
to
to stop
stop.
that.
You can't control every minute of the day. And you being a nurse, you can't be in all places at once being a nurse. You have to be in one room, and let's say you have to go to another house. I don't know what type of nursing you do. However, you can't be with all your patients all the time, every minute. And it was, and as Mark talks about, and so many spiritual and mystic leaders that we have, spiritual leaders that we have, there's a day we come in and a day we go out. And you were privileged to be a caretaker of this lovely fur baby for as long as you had it. But you have to realize that animals come into our lives and they live really short spans. So when you take on a pet, when you take on a responsibility of an animal, dog, cat, birds, fish, whatever creature that you seem to relate to and enjoy taking care of, these creatures don't live that long unless you have an elephant or a gorilla in your life. And
Or a parrot.
a
They live
parrot.
like
So,
100 years or
yeah.
close to it. Yeah.
So you have to realize that it is heartbreaking, although you have had the privilege of being that caretaker, and take that with you, and have that mindset. And when you meditate, or when you dream, or when you pray, just pray for the souls of those that are out there looking for just a morsel to eat or some water. I mean, all of the animals that are in these floods, they are suffering right now. They have no one
oh
to take.
yeah.
So, and in
Yeah.
you being from Texas, you know that there are a lot of rescue animals coming around. So maybe your kitty left because maybe you're supposed to take on another.
Right. And realize
Yeah,
like rock. Go ahead, Tammy. Go ahead. And then we got to
I
we
was
got to
gonna
go to
say
the next
like
caller.
yeah, I was gonna say like this was my biggest fear because my neighbor told me like and at 2:30 in the morning, the last time I saw her on the Ring camera was at 1 a.m. She'd been on my front porch for 3 hours,
Yeah,
and
you said
something
that.
spooked her. And my neighbor said at 2:30 in the morning that there was three coyotes on his front porch and his back driveway, which faced my back driveway in the alley. So I'm glad that she didn't I just worry that she really suffered, but I mean, that was I just needed to know, even though I knew it was going to be painful because I've been struggling with closure because I had two other pet mediums that told me she was in someone's house with a little girl. So I've just been tortured all this time. Is she alive? Is she not alive? And so now I know, what's happened, and, I'm going to have to, I can move
Well,
forward from here and try to heal.
Of course.
that's exactly what you need to do. And Tammy, thank you so much for calling in, and we're very, very sorry for your loss. God bless you.
Be well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Nat, who do we have on the line next?
All right, our next caller is going to be Naomi from Indiana. Naomi, you are on now with Mark and Rocky. Welcome to the show, Naomi.
Hey, Naomi, this is Mark Anthony.
Hi,
Welcome to
hi.
the show. Yeah, how can I help you?
Welcome. Well, I called before and I'm calling you guys back that I finally won my case for my grandkids and I'm able to see them. I got everything I wanted.
Yay!
Hey,
I'm Naomi.
wonderful.
All right, Grandma.
So it's
All right.
finally over
This is
with.
a
All the
score
stress,
for the
all the
grandparents.
stress.
All right.
That's right. And well, my son passed away last November. Not this
I'm
November,
sorry.
but last November, and I hadn't been able to see my grandkids for 8 months. So, and then I finally started seeing them, and then we went to court, and she was trying to get me evaluated, basically wanting to put me in a mental institution because she thought that there was something wrong with me.
Yeah, it's
But
called You Love Your
we had a
Grandchildren.
yeah, and
Well,
so
I'm
we had a
so glad you.
mediator, and it was the best $276 I ever spent because we had to divide the time between both of us.
So, how can we
So
help you?
everything is over with. Well, I just want you to know that I feel that I don't know if you can tell me, but I feel that my son was with me that day. I
I
felt
bet he
him near
was.
me, and yeah, and I felt that he was, leading me the right way because I fired my attorney, and then everything went uphill after that.
Who's Christopher?
So,
Who is Christopher? Christopher could either be on planet Earth or in spirit. I'm getting a Chris, could be a Christopher or a Christine, but I'm getting the name Christopher.
yeah. I don't know, Christopher, huh?
All right, hold
I'm
on.
not sure.
All right, Naomi, just hold on a second. When I'm working with
Okay.
spirits, try not to interrupt me. And the reason for that is it can cause me
Okay.
to lose the connection. When I was raised in
Okay.
the cap, all right, you're doing it. So stop doing it. Don't talk until I tell you to, please. All
Oh,
right, when I see images of
okay.
Rocky, why don't you talk to her since she's going to keep interrupting me?
All right. All
No,
right.
I'm sorry.
Naomi, just listen for a moment and then Mark will connect for you. But when you interrupt him, and what happens, it breaks off the link and he's trying to stay in the link of who's ever coming through to you. So when he asks you a question, then you can respond. So I'm hoping Mark can get whoever is trying to come through to you uh, to connect and leave a message for you.
Okay,
Okay.
so so I'm getting an image of Saint Christopher. Please do not say anything until I ask. And I was raised in the Catholic faith, and even though I see images of Catholic saints, it's not necessarily about the religion, it's about the concept. St. Christopher is the patron saint of travel. And this could mean you either just got back from a trip, or you're getting ready to go on, or you're planning on a trip. But I think in this particular context, there's a lot of debate whether or not St. Christopher actually existed. And the legend is that the Christ child was wandering along the bank of a river, and St. Christopher picked him up and carried him safely across the river. That's why people believe that it's more mythology, the legend of Saint Christopher. But the concept is the same, and it is your son in spirit who is transmitting this image to me. And he is symbolically, he was the Saint Christopher who carried your grandchild across the river to you. Now, what this means is he was by your side and he was guiding you through this entire process. The river symbolizes the separation from your children, your grandchildren, and it also symbolizes the turmoil of the legal system. And with the image of St. Christopher carrying the child to safety, you were being guided by him, so he was indeed by your side. Now you can respond, Naomi.
Wow. It felt it's so true because after everything was over with, I felt this peace and this
There you
huge
go.
weight lifted off my shoulder. So I'm so happy.
Oh, that's
I didn't know how big
wonderful.
of a burden it was. Yeah, so basically that's what I'm on. But I've been keeping in touch with you guys, and this is the third time that I finally got to talk to you guys. And I just wanted to tell you about my joy, that I finally am able to see my grandkids, and everything's finalized, and the papers are we're getting ready to sign by the judge, and it's over.
Well, I'm very happy
Because it's
for
been a
you.
real big burden.
I'm very
Thank
happy
you
for
guys.
you, and
Thank you.
for your where on behalf of Dr. Pat and Mark and the entire network, we're very happy for you, and thank you for calling back and validating Mark's guidance
Yes.
through the spirit of your son. So, and
I,
please do. And for you and the other callers, when Mark speaks, he is not only working with the radio station and all the producers behind the scenes, but he is trying to do what he does best, and that is connecting. So when someone talks and it
yeah.
goes straight in his ear, it cuts that connection off. So I know worked with
Okay.
Mark long enough to know he didn't mean it in a way
Right.
to jump at you, but what he was
Yeah.
trying to do is hold on to that connection.
I
So do understand that.
I
Yeah, yeah. So,
understand. I
yeah.
understand. Yes. And Mark, you told me last time that my son says, Naomi, be patient, be patient, be patient. She's just being a bee. That's what my son was telling you to tell me last time. So you were right. I was patient, and I tried not to. I tried to bite my tongue all the time, not to say the wrong thing. So everything came back to me a hundredfold, and I just want to thank you guys for being there. And I've been listening every Tuesday. I've been listening to parents still lost children, and it has helped me a lot to look at things different ways. So thank you for all you guys' help, and I'll
We are
continue
quite
to
welcome.
listen.
Thank you so much. Many
Yes,
blessings
thank
to
you.
you.
Thank
And
you.
Thank
enjoy
you.
your grandkids. Enjoy
Okay.
them.
Thank
I
you,
will.
Naomi.
I am. I
Appreciate it.
did. I
Thank you.
enjoyed. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay, you guys have a nice evening.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. So, Nat, do we have another caller?
Yes.
Yes, we do. Our next caller is going to be Tammy from Connecticut. Tammy, welcome to the Psychic in the Dock. You're on with Mark and Rocky right now. Welcome to the show, Tammy.
Hi. I wanted to know if my loved ones have any messages for me and my daughter.
Okay. Your daughter's there with you, so you and your daughter are listening tonight. Is that
Right.
Tammy? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm getting one, two, three, four. I'm picking up on four spirits. I'm getting a male energy coming through. Now, this gentleman, I'm getting a burning sensation. Let me go through this before you respond. I'm getting a burning sensation in my throat and my lungs. So, what that indicates is he was having difficulty with either swallowing or breathing. And the burning sensation in the lungs, different causes of death may have a similar physical sensation as I experience it. So the burning sensation, that could be lung cancer, that could be COPD, but there was some issue going on with him. He looks like he was middle aged, a little bit on the older side of middle age, probably very possibly late 50s into his 60s when he passed. And once again, there's the cardiopulmonary and the burning sensation in his lungs. And I'm also getting circulation problems. I can't feel my fingers or my toes. And that means he was having difficulty with circulation, breathing, lungs. Does any of this make sense to either one of you?
Yeah.
Okay, don't give me his name, but what is the relationship to you? What is his relationship to you? Like friend, cousin, spouse, something like that?
Cousin.
Your cousin. Okay. All right. Hey, he's talking about the red sweater, the red sweater, the red sweater. Do you have a red sweater? Your daughter has a red sweater. He's talking about the red sweater.
Oh, I don't know. I got a red sweater.
You have a red sweater?
Yeah, I have a red sweater.
That's a yes. Okay. When they give me what appears to be minor details, that's how the spirit's tuning in to me. All right. Now, what's going on? Are you contemplating some type of decision about a travel? Now, this doesn't seem like some type of leisurely vacation, but it's some type of travel. It could be for business, it could be for medical treatment, but there's something involving travel coming up. Does that make any sense? And it could even
Um,
be, hey, we're going to the doctor, Tuesday or something. But I'm getting this
not
travel,
for
and
six
there's
months
not for six
for the
months. In
doctors.
what way? In what way?
Um, just for my medical stuff.
Okay, so do you have a trip planned in 6 months for medical treatment?
No, where's this trip coming up from?
All right, you got to explain. You have a trip coming up in what way?
No, I don't have a trip coming up. I was
What
thinking of
about
a
your
trip,
daughter?
right? Not that I know of.
Well, here's the thing. The issue is some type of trip is coming up. You may not be aware of it yet, but I also get a medical component to it. So you need to be real
Really?
attuned to what's going on with you. I don't panic, okay? I mean, it could mean maybe you're the one that's going to have to take somebody to the doctor to help rescue them. So it doesn't always mean something negative is going to happen to you. Okay, so just be very well aware of that. And also, this is interesting. Um, they're showing me, your spirits are showing me a sewing machine. Now, I know a lot of people have sewing machines, but okay, what's with the sewing machine? Do you sew, or did one of your loved ones in spirit like to sew? But I'm seeing like an old-fashioned Singer sewing machine.
No.
Oh, hold on. You're going to the no, no, no syndrome and shooting everything down. If I say sewing machine or singer, okay, what immediately comes to mind for you? Don't worry about, just go with it.
Okay.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to take a pass. What I'm going to leave you with is just be very careful about traveling. Also, be very attuned to your body. Okay. There is somebody in spirit. They keep flinging around a Singer sewing machine. So it could be a mother, grandmother, or an aunt. So there was somebody that definitely liked to sew. Who's the
That was my
smoker?
grandmother.
That was your good. See, I know when I'm getting
Um,
good stuff. All right. And who's the smoker? Who's the smoker, Tammy, in this
my
world?
sister.
Your sister. What do you think they're telling your sister to stop doing?
Stop smoking.
You bet. So pass it on to your sister. They're not trying to pick on her. And the funny thing is, your grandmother, the one with the sewing machine, she's holding up a can of Tab. I mean, I don't even know if they still make Tab, but Tab. Do you remember Tab?
Yeah, my sister liked that soda,
And your sister liked
and
that
they
soda.
still
And
have it.
only, okay, so when a spirit gives us a message of an explanatory or advisory nature, and your grandmother came through and wants your sister to stop smoking, and then when the spirit immediately follows that up with an objectively verifiable fact, tab, which your sister likes and still drinks, the verifiable fact of tab is how the spirits are letting you and I know that we've properly received and interpreted the message before that. So
Wow.
that's the message. And also there is something with the trip, okay? And I'm not trying to get you to say yes, because sometimes spirits bring things up, Tammy, that haven't happened yet. And of course, you won't know it until it happens. So just be on the lookout
Right.
for an unexpected trip. And it's not necessarily something negative, but there's a medical issue too. So just be real attuned to what's going on with you and your daughter medically and your sister. And I will leave that with you. Rocky, do you have any words of wisdom for our caller, Tammy?
Well, when you come up with something and you stayed with it on the sewing machine, and finally, Tammy, you realized your grandmother was that sewer, that person that used to like to sew. That that's really great because everything that he said to you now will then come back, and as Mark calls it, it's the unfolding will open up and reveal
Right.
its. And I sure hope whatever that travel is, it's going to be fun and it's going to be enjoyable. And you'll go, hey, I didn't even expect this, but Mark Anthony mentioned this to me on that show. So I wish you well and good health.
Okay, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, Tammy. Thanks for calling in. God bless you. So, everyone,
Thank you. When are
thank
you
you
guys
for
on again?
every Thursday, same time, same station, every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Mountain, and 4 p.m. Pacific, and all times either side of those time zones. So thank you for calling in. And for all the listeners, I want to thank you for tuning into The Psychic and the Doc. I'm Mark Anthony, JD, Psychic Explorer, and I'll be back next week with Dr. Pat Baccili. We will be taking your calls here on the Transformation Network. So thank you, everybody, and have a blessed evening. And Rocky, thank you for being my amazing co-host. So tonight we had a special edition of The Psychic and the Rock. All right, everybody, have a good night.
Good night, all. God bless.
Hey, everybody, thank you for tuning into The Psychic and the Doc with Mark Anthony and me, Dr. Pat Baccili, right here on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Hey, look, come back next week so we can explore with you more of life's many challenges and learn from fascinating guests. And you know what? Even Mark and me. We'll connect you and discover insights from people in this life and from the afterlife. Extraordinary problems? Yeah, they do. They require extraordinary solutions. But step into the world of possibilities with us on The Psychic and the Doc. That's every Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on TransformationTalkRadio.com. That's TransformationTalkRadio.com. And don't forget, we're also live face-to-face on Facebook.com, Transformation Talk Radio.